G'day guys, Goossens here, coming to you from Waikiki Beach. Absolutely stunning here on a Saturday morning. It's 6:30 a.m. We got up early. Wanted to take a little bit of time out of my day to give you the weekly investing tips whilst I'm on holidays. Guys, I'm here for a wedding. The wedding is today, so it's going to be an absolute cracker. So guys, today I wanted to tell you the three most important things you need to get from a broker or the seller when you're analyzing a multifamily deal. So the first thing you definitely need to get is what's called a T12, trailing 12 months of profit and loss. That is the most important document that the seller should be providing you. And I'll explain a little bit more about why it's so important in a minute. The second piece of information is the rent roll. Get the rent roll from the broker. Now the rent roll may be fudged, but the reason you get the rent roll is to determine the amount of people that have moved into the building or out of the building within the last 3 to 6 to 12 months. The final bit of information that you're going to need from the broker is their sort of capital expenditure that they've spent on the property. Now that could be in the trailing T12, but you want to actually see documentation stating what they've spent on the property over the last 12 to 24 months. Now in the P12, the reason the T12, the reason you get the trailing that information is so you can go through and actually, that is how the property is going to run, right? So when a broker tells you that the NOI of the property is X, typically they're lying. Okay, let's face it, guys. They're actually lying to you. So using the trailing 12 months profit and loss statement, you're going to get a better understanding of how the property is operating. And what you want to do is you want to walk through every single line item, and you want to look at it as a percentage of the rental income. So in total, you want your expenses to not be any more than between 40 and 50%. Now, if they are greater than 50%, say it's approaching 60%, and I've seen this on a trailing T12, that typically means there's a lot of deferred maintenance. So you want to be looking further and at more details in terms of what have they been spending on a month-to-month basis on different line items. In terms of the rent roll, rent rolls can be fudged. They're essentially, typically most rent rolls are just an Excel spreadsheet. And what they're doing, it's just the broker making it up. So, but what you want to do is look at the move-in dates from the renters over the last 3, 6, and 12 months as a percentage of the entire building. So if it's 120 units and you go through, you can see the move-in dates. You want to go and say, okay, well, how many people moved in within the last 3 months? How many people moved in the last 6 months? And how many people moved in the last 12 months? That will paint a picture to determine if the property manager is in fact, just filling the property to reduce vacancies. And that's a bad thing. That's a bit of a red flag. So again, back to the three things you're going to need. Trailing T12 profit and loss statement. You want to go through individual line items and see how much they're spending on operating expenses, see how much they're spending on admin, see how much they're spending on utilities, and look at it as a percentage of the total income. You really want to be aiming roughly around 40 to 50% of the total income of the property. If it's anything more than that, it really means there's a lot of deferred maintenance. It's not a bad thing, you can go back to the negotiating table. And the trailing 12 months will actually give you the accurate look at the net operating income of how the property operates. And that is what you should be basing your value off when you come to determine what the property is worth. The final thing that you're going to need is the capitalization expenses that the property owner has spent on the property, and any predictions moving forward of what they think is going to be needed to be spent. Okay guys, well I hope you got a lot out of this little short 4-minute video. If you do please subscribe below, leave your comments, anything below. I do read all your comments and I do really appreciate you guys subscribing. We're going to do this all again next week, so take care, be safe, and remember, happy investing. This is live from Hawaii. Take a look.
Holy crap! Oh.